Today we will study about variations. It is our chapter number 30. We know that if two objects are said to be in variation, if the value of one object affects the value of other object, it means when the value of one object increases or decreases, which affect the values of other objects. Okay, variations are of two types: direct variation and inverse variation. For the variation, we use one another word is said to be a proportion. Proportion. And it is represented by this sign. Okay. So we can also say direct variation as a direct proportion, and we can use another word for the inverse variation is an inverse proportion. Suppose we have two objects or two variables x and y. If increment in x with increment in y same as decrement in x with decrement in y, then they are said to be in a direct proportion. Okay, and their ratio is always constant, so we can write it as x by y is equal to constant if they are in direct proportion. And for constant we can use a term k, so we can write it x by y is equal to k. We can also write this equation as we transpose y to right hand side and x is equal to k into y. Suppose we have two values x1, x2 and y1, y2 corresponding for the x and y. Then if both of them are in the direct proportion, then we can write x1 by y1 is equal to k equation 1 and x2 by y2 is equal to k equation 2 because both are in the direct proportion. Now when we observe this equation 1 and 2, we see that RHS of both the equations are equal to each other, then their LHS are also equal to each other. So we can write it from equation 1 and 2, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Now we can use this formula for solving the question based upon direct proportion. Now come to the inverse proportion. One more thing, we can represent x to y when in direct proportion is x is proportional to y. And when we remove this proportion sign, it is always multiplied by the constant term is or any other constant term. Okay. So when two terms are in a direct proportion, we can write it x proportional to y. Come to the inverse proportion. Suppose we have two objects x and y in an inverse proportion, then we can represent it as x is proportional to 1 by y because they are inversely proportional. It means that increment in x with decrement in y, decrement in x with increment in y. And when we remove this proportional sign, we have to multiply it by a constant term. Suppose it is x. Okay, so we can write it as x into y is equal to k. So if the two variables are inversely proportional to each other, then their product is always equal to a constant. Suppose x1, x2 and y1, y2 are the corresponding values of x and y, and if they are in inverse proportion, then x1, y1 is always equal to k. Suppose it is 1, and x2, y2 is equal to also k. Suppose it is 2. So here in equation 1 and 2, RHS are equal to each other. Therefore, their LHS are also equal to each other. So we can write it as x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Okay. So on the basis of this equation, we can solve question based upon inverse proportion. Okay. So now in the next video, we will learn lots of things. Thank you.